Welcome to the Albion TV War Report, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is the 9th of March, 2022. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay, so if you have reports of live action, please contact us in-game on the Shozen One or Robinhood GM. You can see our names below. Robin, we're here on official Mentra of the Zero Rent Alliance. What do we expect today for content? I don't see anybody fighting right now.
Um, the war up in the north has been sparked once again. We have a lot of different groups up in the north region today. Zero Rent, Clown Alliance, Rack, GDL, Wars Alliance. They're all up in this region of the north side of the Outlands here for 1800. Multiple launches across Everwinter Shores, Shellheap Steppe, Shellheap Hills, Timbertop Escarp, Timbertop Dale, Drytop Pillars, and Drytop Riverbeds. This whole section here under attack between all four alliances. Nothing's actually kicked off in terms of content as of yet between them. But I expect it to happen shortly, as we're only 9 minutes away until the territories can be claimed in this region. And actually, as I say that, we're going to add a fifth alliance to that, because Luxy and Valon are up here as well. I don't know. I don't know. Did everyone just like get together in the Discord, be like, "Yo, guys, let's fight for this north region of the map, the region that hasn't been under attack pretty much the whole of last season." Yeah,
I did get told people
there.
were going to be fighting about it. I heard people were moving there and that this was an area people expected to have content in. And you know, when some people say they're moving to a place, that brings like a buzz about it. You know, it's like, ooh, this is it's like when Joe Rogan moved to Austin. Everybody moved to Austin. They were like, ooh, there's a buzz. So people started moving there, and now it's making a little bit more action in the area.
Yeah, it is indeed. Well, hopefully we get on it soon. We also have multiple attacks launched at 1800 across the whole entire world. Actually, as I say that, I hopped onto Arca Peach, and he is dismounted here in Rivercop's Fount. As cluster Q is activated, it's probably going to be Trap versus PoE. It is indeed the battle for the wooden bridge on this north side of the map. Is a back and forth. Quite a few dead bodies on this western side. I don't know what it's like on the west. We saw these two massive groups battle it out yesterday here on the War Report. It looks like it's going to be whoever decides to engage first, because the wraparound, it's actually, there's a small water bridge to his northeast, and there's one all the way southwest. It looks like Scoia'tael are on the wrap here. They've given up the bridge. Scoia'tael's doing a really good job of just baiting Bella Ella away from that bridge. That's going to open it up. Can PoE sustain here and allow for enough time for the main group of PoE to cross the bridge, as Bella Ella engage onto Hammer and Sickle, deleting one or two. It wasn't as impactful. Still members falling here for PoE. Arca Peach knows that his eastern flank is now up, and he's going to try and get some cliff top advantage over here on the western side of the map. No sign of the major PoE blob so far coming across that wooden bridge to his east, though.
Yeah, I was just over there. It looks like they were a little bit tentative. I'm going to hop back over, try to watch from the side of Syndic as well to get an understanding of what's going on. He actually did cross, and he's fighting against Para. That's why we're not seeing it, because Para jumped down on top of Syndic and is pushing them. It is a long road to get to the side of Bella Ella, and he's just now catching up to Bella Ella, but he's surrounded now. This is a bad position to be in for Syndic. PoE in trouble here. Syndic has to fall back, going right back to the bridge. He's going to make it back across probably, but with a lot fewer friends than he started out with. Nope. I don't even know if they're going to make it to the bridge.
Yeah, Arca Peach came in just in time. Looks like he's ready for his next wave here. As you said, PoE crossing the bridge. Carpet's down. Grovekeeper is down, but a lot of PoE getting caught off on the bridge as well here. A very nice play RPG nearly getting deleted by those gloves on the overextending. But look at this. We got another wave of PoE trying to hit from the northeast side. It is actually a failed engagement. But we have another group coming from the western side again. Scoia'tael and Hammer and Sickle were able to form back up. The gloves are engaging, but it's a weak push here. They're already set off on the back foot. The carpets are down here for Bella Ella. Big Camline Clumps getting dragged into the Zerg. That's going to be a full deletion here. Scoia'tael getting wiped off the map. Very nicely done. And whoever that was with the Camlan, I hope you enjoy looking for a new guild soon, because RPG just put you on blast as that was a disgusting play. Can they find a turn here? I don't know. Defensive Eagle coming down for the choke point. That was a nice play there for the Scoia'tael. But they are just dragging this fight out here to the southwest side. Scoia'tael in full flight mode, it seems. No real turn coming in here. And this southwest flank is all but gone for the time being.
Yeah, most of PoE is done here. We see that Syndic has moved on. He's regrouped his guys and he's headed out the eastern exit here. He barely made it across that bridge with 1 bar of health left, and he basically called a time to mount up and get out. And they used Hammer and Sickle and Scoia'tael as a distraction to allow the rest of the members of PoE to escape.
That was
what a great
really
distraction
nice
they were.
From Trap there, utilizing the choke points and baiting PoE through the choke itself. It was going to be a standoff either way. And unfortunately for PoE, Scoia'tael and Hammer and Sickle just were not impactful enough. I mean, that northeast side, I think it was like Blood Clot and someone else. They did absolutely nothing that whole entire fight. It was a very nice play, a very nice split here for Trap. And they're going to be... round number 1, from what we've witnessed, is going to go in their favor. I'm going to go check up on the north side of the map here, back onto official Mantra, to see if anything's kicking off up in the north.
Well, we do have Lugsy has some action as well. I don't know if official Mentra does, but we have...
He does indeed.
Zorn versus Rising Sun.
Alrighty, we've put Lugsy on the small one. Official Mentra of Zero Rent versus War Alliance here in Everwinter Shores. As 2 minutes 20 until the territory can be claimed here. Official Mentra holding defensive position. Wars look like they're coming in for a full push here. Defensive Judicator Helms down. The counter Camlan's coming out. Innomatic Staff's down for the push here. The initial push going to get stopped dead in its tracks. If official Mantra and the boys can find a decent turn here, it's going to be impactful. But it looks like Wars are just trying to steamroll their way in. The eastern flank is broken. It looks like the western flank is about to fall as well. Zero Rent just backing up constantly here. That's what you cannot do in this situation. You got to keep your ground. You got to keep applying pressure, forcing them out. And the western side has once again broken here for the West for Wars. Very nicely done by Zero Rent, but the eastern side, it's collapsed.
Yeah, this is not great for the Wars guys there. They got to regroup and try this again. It's always difficult when you're trying to assault one of these territories, Robin. Everybody thinks they've got a great strategy, but there's something to be said for getting punched in the nose.
It sure does. I mean, Wars, it looks like they're fully bagged out on the western side.
I don't see where they're going.
Territory can be claimed here, and it looks like Zero Rent will be holding on to their territory here in Everwinter Shores. And yeah, War's just fully backing out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I thought they were going to try to regroup and come back, but it looks like you're right. They are leaving. Meanwhile, there's still a stalemate fight over here on Lugsy, over here versus Rising Sun. I don't really know the Rising Sun.
Risen Sun.
Risen Sun, yeah.
So there's two. There's Risen Sun and then there's Rising Sun. Risen Sun's been around. I think they formed up like last season. I started seeing them more and more throughout last season. It looks like they are going to be making a play here for Timbertop. Dale, Lugsy getting involved, as it's going to be a back and forth. No one actually a couple deaths now happening for Risen Sun's front and back line. A very nicely counterplay here from Valon, and well, I just should say Zorn, because there's no other guild here. Watch out for that longbow, they do hurt. Luxy overextending himself without a healer. Ballsy play here. Still just hunting down, trying to find someone that he can. Beamed longbow in play. Is it going to affect anyone? It doesn't. But the back line of Valon just got collapsed in on by the melee DPS. And that's what happens when you overextend and snake your Zerg. Not everyone's sticking together. And you're just going to lose people like that. Luxy still holding on for dear life. Camlan comes out. Enigmatic Staff finally down for the front lines of Zorn. Nice deletion onto the Risen Sun. And it looks like it's going to be all she wrote here. And I believe Tamashi versus Arch?
Yeah, but it's he's fighting Arch. So you know what Arch did.
We'll carry on bouncing around looking for some real action, I guess. As it's quite active up here in the north. I'm wondering what War Gods are up to, because they had multiple launches. I'm going to check on Lukufka, see if anything's happening on him.
I was just there.
Nope.
Nope.
Is that all his blob here? What's his disarray? Level 30. Shouldn't be all his blob. Oh, no, it split and it's went northeast. Okay, that blob to the northeast is Rack with another level 30 disarray debuff. And we know that they work alongside GDL. They're just outside of Alliance, obviously. Split because they want all the season points that they can get as they are battling it out for season #1 ranking versus Elevate. For season 15. That's the word on the street. And see how it goes on that front. Carry on bouncing around once again. What we get.
Oh, some of the guys who I'd expect to see are not on. I don't see much from Escalation. Do you have a name for Escalation on today?
No, but I do have content on Enigmahito? It's I watched these guys actually before we came on. They were fighting here in Widemore Delta at 17:30 UTC, and they've just been here constantly throughout, it seems. A back and forth. They were fighting, oh god, who was it? Cape Dancers.
Okay.
And there was another group here as well, but it looks like they are now fighting the AVM Alliance, was a brand new alliance once again. Guilds that I really haven't seen on the ZVZ battlefield for 1800. I don't know if they've been active elsewhere. There's another blob zoning in via the northeast as well. Let's see what happens. Territory defense. Is it up or down here? Is this territory being claimed? Where are we? Oh, the battle's still ongoing, so there's no sentry mage, and there's no laser tower. I'm wondering if that's...
I think we're gonna get Tamashi and 6 M3R.
Okay.
Yeah, M3R, Purify, Crimson Vision, they're all here. It's just, do they turn towards Tamashi, who is demounted and chasing them? So
we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep an eye out. I think they're playing the same game, going, nah, I'm not into this.
Enigmahito and the boys are rotating around. This could be turning into a
They're
three-way
into it.
here.
Apparently, 6 controlled the territory, and they had battle mounts there. So they either need to defend their battle mounts, or they're going to lose Pans, and Pans has a battle mount.
Bad positioning here for the boys of the army. They're going to soak it up just A-okay, it seems like. Not losing anybody on that engagement here from BMF Alliance. Heavily outnumbered on the back foot. Don't really have many choke points to play with. Another wave, another alliance just came crashing in on the southeast side. As I believe it's the AVM Alliance just came crashing in. We have ourselves a 5-way battle here in Widemore Delta. I'm going to try and find us a better POV, maybe. Actually, no, I'm going to stick with it with Hito here, as he seems like he's very confident in hitting someone's backline. It looks like he's about to engage. Cooldowns, there comes the sprint. Nice engagement by the Camlan, the Soul Scythe just connecting, just on the tip of our screen here. The DPS going to connect. 1 or 2 members going to go down, but the return's going to come in. Here it comes. Our defensive is going to be as impactful as round number 1. They lose 2, and they cannot afford to lose that many, as they are heavily outnumbered. Now they're on the back foot. Well, while that's happening here, we have AVM still crashing in on the south side of our screen. BMF are just going to be stabilizing here. Do I have anyone for these guys? Let me look for a tank real quick. Ice Slips. Ice Slips. What? Thank you for having a great name. Ice Slips. There you go.
Ice Slips, okay.
For the AVM Alliance, Grovekeeper tank POV for the southern flank. We're going to switch over to this POV. It looks like that group of 20 has been all but deleted from the map here. So it's going to be AVM versus BMF. There's another group holding territory defense position as well. Good use of the terrain here. It's actually quite decent to fight on this little beach here. Nice Grovekeeper stun. Unfortunately, no follow-up, just burning a lot of Night Helms and defensives here. Guardian armor down, stopping a lot of that DPS output. Here comes the Camland into the Juggernaut. It's going to be a full deletion onto BMF. Very nicely done. And the power of the Juggernaut battle mount coming into full effect there. Great plays by AVM. Very nicely done. But can they hold on? BMF, they have the numbers still. They have enough numbers here to carry on the fight and carry on advancing. And look at that. The blob shifting from territory Shozen. Another sandwich coming in.
I wouldn't be surprised that, like you said, there are a number of groups in this zone, and they haven't all left. So I would not be surprised to see somebody try to get a backside hit on this.
Definitely. And AVM know they got the angle here. You know, they're just trying to bait BMF through this choke point. Try to get that engagement like they just got once again. But I think their Juggernaut got dismounted. It was on a sliver of health when they got the initial engagement. AVM Diddy dancing, this Grovekeeper, he's itching for an engagement, I can tell.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's interesting because these are two groups that we aren't used to seeing, and so I don't know if they're as experienced as some of the other groups that we watch on a regular basis. So I imagine they're just going to be a little bit more tentative when it comes to these engagements because they know there's a really good chance that it's going to be their last one.
Indeed, and I'm just keeping an eye on that blob to the north there. Oh, big Camland coming out into the front lines of AVM. The counter Grovekeeper comes in, trying to shut down some of the DPS output. The Juggernaut's back in play. Here comes the Suck just on the southwest corner of our screen. Our tank POV just trying to bully away some of the clothy DPS and healers here. Very nicely done by Ice Slips, keeping the pressure applied to the healers in the back so it doesn't allow them to heal the front. Meaty DPS, though, overextending, starting to bully the backlines of AVM. They're going to be able to stabilize again.
Yeah, this has been a good back and forth by these two groups. Impressive for them to come out here today and put on a good showing. Nobody getting just completely wiped, showing that they have the necessary ZVZ skills to maintain a Zerg. It's very important to learn your supports and defensives, and they're doing great in this, keeping most of their guys alive.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, going back 2 seasons ago, this is something that we would have never seen, you know, all these smaller groups, guilds, all forming up, you know, people that we never heard of, and there comes the Juggernaut and the stoppage from the Grovekeeper POV onto all the healers, so none of that clump could get healed. Look at that. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Very nicely done. I'm impressed by Ice Slips here. I'm impressed by AVM and how they coordinate their skills. Their DPS are dropping on time. The Juggernaut's doing a fantastic job. The Grovekeepers and support players are keeping everyone at bay. Impressive work. And as I was going to say, you know, like 2 seasons ago, we probably would never have seen this type of content happen here. Lands Awakened surely mixed things up, especially with the HQ features. Everyone's coming out and about, forming up these smaller groups, fighting out here in the Outlands at all timers.
Yeah, but it's not just the HQs that did it. I think we have to give credit to the way that the cores and the crystals work to have an always active, live out there in the Outlands style of gameplay available for these types of guilds, which allowed them to have a reason to get all their players out, right? Not just those people who wanted to ZVZ. And once they had that need to live out there in the Outlands, it was much easier to gather these guys up and teach them the necessary skills to come out here and ZVZ. But it looks like Ice Lips is wishing that he had taught his guys a little bit more defensive skills, maybe healing, because he's without it right now, and he's going to go down, Robin, if he doesn't get some real soon.
Yeah, it's reinforcements came in for BMF. I think West Army appeared, and there goes our POV. Let's switch it on to the Juggernaut here. Shift 1, I think.
Yep, sure.
There we go. I'll put it in chat for you real quick. They're still alive. They still got quite a few people, but those longbows are raining down, applying so much pressure. Longbows, obviously, after the buff here, probably one of the better range DPS weapons if you play super aggressive with it. Risk versus reward gameplay, that's for sure. In terms of DPS, you can get insta one-tick reflection from demon armor, but the amount of DPS you can put out is insane. It's a 15-second cooldown as well. It's probably one of the better range DPS weapons at the moment. But look at this, the Raps coming in, Fury and stuff are coming in from the western side. They've lost that choke point initially, and it looks like AVM are on the back foot. They are kiting to high heavens. Big-handed justice into the DPS drop, but the Innomatic staffs are down. Are AVM going to look for a turn here? There goes the Raven Strike gauntlets on the northwest side, applying the pressure. The kiting is phenomenal here. They need to get around this choke point and find themselves something. They're losing so many here. Just BMF seems to just have reinforcements coming out of nowhere at the moment. Our Juggernaut going to line up an engagement. The turn comes in. Defensive Locust was down. The Idiomatic staff's down here for BMF on the front lines. It's a wasted engagement, unfortunately. The kiting continues. This is insane, Shozen.
It really is, and I'm just really impressed by both of these teams. It's very cool to see new groups out. And last season, we saw a lot of new groups. You were just talking about that. But this season, we're seeing even more. It's like that last season gave them a taste, right? And now they're going in for the chunk. They're going in for dinner. And it's great to see people bringing so many to these 18 UTC time slots. The 15 is on fire as well. I haven't gotten to see what's happening later in the day yet, but it sounds like everybody is really able to get into this and have some really good content. And that's what this is about.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But it looks like AVM finally cracked, and they are being sent back to the hideouts themselves. Our POV will make it out alive with 1 bar of health left. But wow, what a fight there. Very nicely done on both sides. You love to see it. Very nicely done. That whole time, that EXE Alliance, that's a blob sitting on the territory up here. They didn't come out at all and get involved, unfortunately. They do have a level 15 disarray debuff, but they didn't want it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it is what it is. It's sometimes it's best to get out of here and survive. I'm on Seed. Is he? He just ran into DIOR. He ran from M3R and ran directly into DIOR on Seed. And I'm trying to see what's going on here. We have so many people in this zone over here in Braymore Grassland. I don't know if DIOR is chasing or if they're going to go and fight M3R.
I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see how it unfolds in here. I am still bouncing around as we still have quite a few people out and about.
Escalation is out here as well, Robin. So I did find Escalation.
Alrighty. I wonder if they've improved since yesterday.
Oh man, that's a low blow. One ZVZ. They lose 1 ZVZ really badly. Well, we'll give it to them. It was bad, but they lose 1 ZVZ, and you're already putting them under the bus. Okay,
it's gotta be done. You know. I love the guys in Escalation. You know, Dow, Dreaded. You know, they know it's just a bit of banter. No one takes it to heart.
I believe Addison is leading today, but the full group isn't in the zone. They've only got about 7 people in the zone, so I don't think they're sticking around for this fight.
Alrighty.
But Addison would be your shot caller for the day, I believe.
You don't. Let's look who's activated here.
Yeah, oh, there's a lot of people in zone. I'm going to go check on Drick as he's next door.
Archer holding territory. A lot. Legends.
Lost
Wait,
Legends.
Oh, Red Alert is here. Fighting to the east. Let me try and... Wait, are they fighting or are they fighting mobs? No, they're fighting.
So Lost Legends and Elevate just sniped Seed, and Red Alert is now coming from the top towards Elevate here.
Yeah, I'm watching from Lost Legends' perspective. He's definitely in the thick of it right now, fighting against Red Alert, which is Shiro's new guild, I believe. Shiro left Black Order. The Russians left Black Order to Magic Mark and the members of Phoenix, and now they have created Red Alert, which classic name right there.
Classic.
Yeah.
We got Blob zoning.
Just keep the time machines away
door.
from these guys, is all I'm saying.
I mean, they're putting up a fight here. If this is going to be a sandwich here onto DIOR here, it could be impactful. A lot of DPS raining down on the front line. Lost Legends, though, is looking for a return engagement. It's going to be, in fact, impactful here, as I believe Tamashi's flank group just came in. And just like that, it looked like Red Alert was on the winning side of that engagement, and a flick of a switch, it's all she wrote here as its cleanup crew onto Red Alert. That was over in a flash. Wow.
Yeah, a very impressive fight here by Elevate. Oh, who's hitting them? Is that Escalation? No, it's I Am
no.
Newbie.
Yeah. A lot
Actually,
of those
no,
gloves...
Newbie is Rat. So this was just a singular Rat probably pushing back before he died.
Yeah, going out for that that final hoorah, but I believe we got Lukufka, GDL versus EXE, back into Widemore Delta. This is where we just watched AVM and the other guys battle it out back and forth for the last 10 minutes or so. EXE were the guild that did not shift from territory that whole entire fight, and now GDL are coming in for some loot bags. Territory defense is enabled. Actually, no. No one actually claimed the territory here. It was actually AVM that launched onto it, and they haven't claimed it. So territory defense is disabled, and so is the front lines of EXE here as GDL make their presence felt. And now here comes the second wave. A lot of defenses coming out in terms of tank stuns, but GDL, they have the manpower just to steamroll in, make their presence felt, spread out east to west. I think in about 10 seconds, we're going to see a faux deletion on the tower as Lukufka, he's itching for it, and they're all stacking.
Oh, there it is.
And
that's a beauty. That's a beauty right there, Robin. That's you know, I hate to see it, but I love to watch it. You know what I mean? It's
It feels dirty, but at the same time, it feels so good.
It's like, you know, when you see a car accident and you kind of like look over and you don't want to, but you do it anyway.
Yeah. Well,
that's kind of what we just saw there. Somebody's going home.
Wait, what? So EXE prior, the guild that was sitting on this territory the whole entire time, it's their territory,
right?
It's been launched on by AVM, which got deleted from the map. EXE's been sitting on this territory since it was claimable 18 minutes ago. Why didn't they just claim it for themselves?
Wait, they can just... Maybe they're so new they don't know about it.
Or maybe they got no perms. I don't know.
Oh, that's even worse when you don't have anybody on with perms, but you're sitting there to... You've secured your objectives, but not one guy.
They had a 15 disarray debuff, so surely one person had the perms for that.
I'd rather that they just didn't know.
For real.
Like, it's not specifically stated anywhere. You have to learn some things. It's one of those buried in their techniques. It gets a little bit hard to understand that you have to pacify a territory if you already own it. And it goes past the timer. As soon as the timer passes, you can channel it yourself. You don't have to defend it for 20 minutes. You have to channel it during that 20 minutes to pacify it. And that's not really expressly stated anywhere. They might not have known that, Robin. And I'd rather they didn't know that than have 40 guys on and none of them have permission to channel.
Yeah, so if if the other guild that launched on it, if AVM doesn't come back, Whooped Club doesn't come back here within the next 9 minutes and 50, you see the countdown timer going up the top here. If they don't come back and claim it, then they just keep the territory. The attack fails, and they keep hold of the territory here in Widemore Delta. So maybe, you know, it works out in their favor in the end. But yeah, you guys definitely need to channel that as soon as it's...
They got to get on the wiki is what's got to happen. Bogul, you got a link to the wiki?
Yeah. And yeah, and War Gods cannot channel because they haven't launched on the territory. The only person that can claim it is the Yop Club that launched to the territory itself.
And you have to do that launch a day in advance. You can't just be like, oh, this is up for grabs. I'm going to declare my launch and just take it because nobody's here. You have to do it a day in advance. I believe it's 20 hours, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's like a certain time frame window. Yeah, 20 hours, I believe it is.
It's something archaic like that. Don't worry, chat will hear this in 15 minutes and they'll tell us.
Yep. And it looks like I just hopped on Drick. There's a hideout under construction for the 6 Alliance here in Driving Cross. That just got placed down, I believe, because it's still in construction phase 1. So they've just placed this here. So 6 Alliance will be guarding this hideout that's under construction for the... What's the timer on it? See if I can... Where's the click? So yeah, literally they placed it a minute ago. So these guys will sit here for the next 19 minutes and defend the placement here in Driving Cross. A pretty good call on their part, actually, for this placement now. Because no one's actually going to probably come back over here through this way that's masked up and delete the hideout. Probably no one's got this information. 1800 time slots over. Like, PoE are already back home, most likely.
Elevate's back home, too. PoE, Elevate, a lot of people are already back home.
There you go. See, everyone's back in their hideouts, done and dusty, thinking it's all over. And here we have the Marcus Guild placing down their hideout.
Nice.
Nicely done. Now, the question is, did they make it their HQ?
Well, it depends. Do you feel like you can defend your hideout? That's really what it's about. If you feel like you can defend it, it's much better to have a hideout than in HQ. Like, you get better bonuses, and if you can defend it, that's what you want. If you believe that there's somebody out there who's going to want to evict you, and you just don't think you can bring the 80 guys to defend it, yeah, there's no shame in having an HQ. It allows you to build up your guild, have a point from which you can recruit and spread out and get content, because content is king in this game. And if you, as a guild, have access to the best content, better players will want to join you.
Indeed. Just to touch on what you said there, you did mention that it gives you bonuses. Actually, no bonuses are given.
Yeah, there's no bonuses on an HQ. The hideout has the bonuses.
No.
No?
So
Crafting?
there's no difference between the two.
Oh, really?
It's just based off your level. Obviously, the power level of a hideout or a HQ. The only difference between the two, if it's placed as your HQ, you get 50% more out of cores that are put into it over a normal hideout.
Really?
In terms of power leveling, yes.
And other people can't enter. Only guild members can enter. So
Yes.
that's the one detriment to it then. So there's a bunch of positives and only one negative to an HQ.
Indeed.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, I doubt we're going to get any action here in Driving Cross as this hideout goes up. I believe everybody else is back home. I did do a quick sweep through the name list here. I think it's all cleaned up and everyone's back home. Some very nice action throughout the world actually today. And, you know, a lot of people that we haven't seen before, which is always a pleasure to showing them battle it out in ZVZs. It's always great fun to see newer guilds and newer alliances form up and fight and even become victorious. We're gonna have to keep an eye on those guys over the next couple weeks and months leading through season 15. But do we have anything else today after this show, Shozen?
Absolutely. We actually have an interview with the season 14 Crystal League Championship winners, Bengalis. I interviewed all 5 of them on Monday, and it's a very interesting story because, Robin, do you know when that team of 5 formed?
You told me yesterday, but was it like a week before?
No, it was, yes, it's a week before the CLC.
Yeah.
Like they formed the Saturday after the after the EU timers, and then did 5, 6, 7 as a team to qualify for the 8s the next day, because their 5th said after the EU timers, "Hey guys, I won't be here tomorrow."
That's insane. And I mean, the guy that got picked up, was it 420?
Yep, 4I20. Yep. And
Yeah.
he had 20 Crystal League matches under his belt.
Yeah, and he was actually one of the highlight players when on the grand final day, the final day of the CLC. I kept hearing shows Lupac and
freaking out, yeah.
just calling him out constantly for his plays and everything. So yeah, crazy to see a brand new guy, only 20 matches under his belt, considering the rest of the team had, was it Elite N had 375 matches played throughout season 14 in the 5v5 Crystal League.
I believe all the other 4 guys on the team were all in the top 10 for matches played for the season.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, no one expected them, and it's just great to see a brand new 5v5 team just take down the champions. And actually, I believe we're about to get some content here. We were about to wrap it up. Drick is about to hit the rear end of Escalation if he dismounts here, but he doesn't. He's just looking at them. They are fighting inside the territory here. I believe Escalation. Who's calling for Escalation? Is it Dreaded Legend?
Yep. Lost Legend.
Oh no! Wait, what?
Escalation today is Addison.
Okay. All right.
Red Legend isn't on, but Lost Legends is. Different guild, though. Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if they're taking the fight here. Escalation backed out. Arch is in the territory. Escalation's in the middle.
Escalation is moving in towards the territory, towards Arch right now. I'm on Addison. Addison is going in. Engaging now in the farm plots, number of kills of Arch members, but this is against Arch, so this could be going on for the next hour and a half. We have to end in 10 minutes, hard ending, but we can watch it until then.
Nice little club coming in. Here we go. 6 hitting the rear end. Oh my god, Escalation getting melted on that play.
What's going on with Escalation?
They thought 6 was, you know, backing away from the fight. They definitely were not. They were just making sure their members were set up correctly. And it looks like 6 are now on the back foot. Escalation torn of where they want to go here. 6 getting pushed back. Arch may take full advantage of this.
I think Arch should. Arch should definitely try to take advantage of this. They have been trying to step up their ZVZ game as of late. It has been great to see Arch really stepping it up, but kind of surprising to see that Escalation, which had been one of the best at fighting outnumbered, is having a really hard time the last couple of days.
Indeed, and here comes another good push here. 6 actually getting shut down. Now the returns coming in. Escalation trying to find those clumps here on the hilltop. A lot of DPS raining down. Galaclap coming in as well. Going to find a couple members of 6 Alliance here. Escalation actually split, and it looks like Arch are now fully engaged on the north side of this fight as well. Just on the top of our screen there, Addison is picking up and making sure his eastern flank is clear. Carrying on the push here onto the backside of 6. Going to be running right into Arch as well, if he can get up here. Arch is just tucked away to the southwest side. 6 are split here. What's the play? I think he's a little bit hesitant on what the play is.
Yeah, well, that's because these guys, you don't want to go right in between Arch and 6. If you're going to go at one, you have to get a good hit on them, just like they did there, to push them off so there is no counterplay. Well done by Escalation, deleting that group of Arch in one go. Absolutely devastating hit.
And Arch is scurrying back towards the territory. I guess one thing that we can say is we've definitely been seeing an improvement from Arch over the last couple war reports coming into Season 15. So props to the callers of Arch keeping or getting the boys ZVZ ready and putting a major focus onto actually being a ZVZ force in the Outlands. Addison, though, getting clumped and dumped, but defensive locuses and enigmatic staff is down for that engagement. Arch surrounding them here. Play continues. 6, it looks like they're out of the fight for now. Arch are just surrounding. Addison's trying to find those clumps. There's a decent clump to his west. I think he's a little bit hesitant to fully engage and commit west. He doesn't know where 6 are. And after that
you
bomb
gotta be
in the
careful
farm,
when you don't know the other group is. Yeah. And we know that 6 can hit hard. They already hit them hard from behind last time they went into the farm and hit Arch. They were being quite successful when 6 came in from behind and just hit that mad clap and sent some of these boys home.
Yep, and look at this nice defensive there from Rat for the Arch Alliance there. Defensive inertia ring coming down, slowing down the push, but is it going to be enough? Another hand of justice into Arch here. And that's 3 down. Looks like Arch are fleeing back to territory defense position on the tower. Escalation set for an engagement east. They're on cooldown at the moment. Play.
And this is Arch with a lot of the big names on here. We see Lintlicker, we see On the Tanks, we see Seed. They're all here today trying to improve their ZVZs at their prime times, getting their guys out and trying to make something happen. I like to see it. And they're going up against some of the best right now if they're fighting up against Escalation. So even on a down day, Escalation is still pretty goddamn good.
Indeed, and it was actually a very nice play there from Arch. 3-prong engagement while Escalation was sitting on the double mage tower platform there. Unfortunately for them, they didn't secure enough kills. Obviously, disarray debuff is going to play a major factor. We know Arch normally rocks like a level 40 to 50. Escalation only on a level 26, so a big difference in terms of DPS output and CC output for Arch. And another engagement is going to be coming in here. I'm seeing red name tags come streaming down from the Sentry Mage, but not as impactful this time around.
No, well, once you do it once, and then your opponent knows that you're going to be doing it again, they can prepare and get their defensives down and prepare what they need for support. And it looks like Escalation has done that, ridden through the storm, and now they're going to push. They just have to pick a direction and choose which one of these groups they want to take down. They can't hang out and sit in the center like this. They are a sitting duck here, Robin. This is not the way. And as we're seeing, they're getting hit. Like, Arch is losing some players, but not in the numbers that you'd need to if you're going to put yourself in the center like this. And Addison knows it. He's got to get his guys out or pick a direction. That was just a mistake.
Yeah, and like one of the major things with playing against Arch, right, because they have so many people, just returning to the fight and just wandering around as well. Like, Addison's on edge because he's already got bombed a couple times already. So when he sees like stacked red name tags on his screen, like off screen, just stacking to his like southwest or something, he's hesitant of what those groups are trying to do. It could just be a group returning, but he doesn't know that, so he has to play super defensive on this play. Nice engagement, nice defenses coming down here on the choke point, but on the front of his playstyle here, he's been super hesitant to fully commit one way or another. A lot of hesitancy, a lot of diddy dancing plays here from Addison at the moment, but he's still finding kills, he's still finding clumps. Arch are still holding on to territory defense position though.
Sarge just told us nobody needs perms to claim the territory, so
are you sure? Or is it? Or do you only need perms to launch? It could just be perms to launch.
Because you don't really need to pay, right? Like you need perms when you have to pay for something. You don't need perms to. You don't need to pay to claim the territory once it's already yours. You just need somebody there to channel. I imagine that wouldn't really need perms.
Robin, do you hear that as well?
We are going down.
All right, we are going down. I think we might have to hop over to Discord for a sec, or just call it in a bit. Let's go to Discord.
Oh wait,
wait,
it's back.
It's back.
It's back.
Hello, am I back?
It seems like
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
All right. We're back, and so is Escalation.
Without TeamSpeak giving us an issue here and there.
Let's get out of here before this goes down. Quick. Exit. Like, what do fighter jet pilots do? Like, exit?
Eject.
Eject, yeah. Eject, quickly.
Just pull the lever.
All right, it's time to pull.
Yeah, we got to get ready for the next show anyway, as it looks like it's coming to an end here as Arch are pinned up against the tower. But yes, you can indeed check out our past shows as well if you want to catch up on any of the action that's been happening here on AOTV over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Albion TV, where you can find all the 5v5, 20 versus 20 Crystal League coverage, along with all the war reports and Invasion Day battles. We got the daily shows and interviews, but if you're looking to listen to the interviews, maybe in a different format, say MP3, on the way to work, on the way home from work, on the way to school, who knows, you can. Where can I find that too, Shozen?
They can find all of our interviews over on soundcloud.com/Albion TV, or any place that they listen to podcasts by simply typing in Albion TV into the search bar. We've done over 100 interviews with some of the most interesting and charismatic individuals in all of Albion Online, as well as many members of the Sandbox Interactive Development team. So if you're interested in the background info on Albion, the histories, the politics, how the game was made, there's a place you can go to find out all that information. Yes, you can head over to soundcloud.com/Albion TV.
Alrighty, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around for the interview with the CLC champions coming up in just under, 5 minutes? Or just about 5 minutes time. Gold codes will be given away throughout that show as well. So if you're looking to win yourself up to 4,000 gold, make sure you smash !raffle into the chat throughout the show to be entered in. But until then, have a glorious evening. Adios.